on the West Coast. We're just feeling the beat. It's also drop. You know what it is.
Mama telling me to a gangster. Fresh feeling tight on my canvas. Diamonds on my neck and they dancing. The strippers on my lap and my man shit. Come on here, baby, pop bad bitch. Lean on my cup, me stand. Don't see what my door like a band. Got a pool in my pants.
Look, if you can walk like this, if you can talk like this, then homie, you will rock all your crocs like this. I'ma take a sip of walk and I'ma talk my shit. I'ma talk this something, I'ma walk like grit. Shifting in my attitude and digger. Pulling up my finger to a motherfucking pistol. Dodge all the days.
So some for my next guest.
Ladies call my name, they want a trip to Spain. Like, you can't oversee the plan, the pain we took. Singing songs for misbehaving, would you even know? How it's saying, would you blow it running up your pockets with a shiesty on? Kill it, would you put your hands together, just pray. He throwing up his C's like this, I wave. Hoes are acting funny with a nick like Cage. Bars off the dome, hoes in my dome, hoes on my dome. Talking about some lonely shit, destroy it, that could be some corny shit. Motherfucker, I'ma light you like some lights on Christmas. Cocky hoe still, I don't really like mission. I can get you hit up like a reindeer, red nose, red eye, camera lens captured, get you on fire. Catch you crossing lines on my side, you tired, don't talk to me.
Mama telling me to a gangster. Fresh feeling tight on my canvas. Diamonds on my neck and they dancing. The strippers on my lap and my man shit. Come on here, baby, pop bad bitch. Lean in my cup, me stand. Don't see what my door.
What's up, y'all? That's a little something for my next guest right now, man. I know it's been a little while, man, but y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what y'all got to do. Go like, subscribe, share. Go hit that share button, share with everybody. Go tell a friend that's going to go tell a friend. And it's always a pleasure to be here. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here rocking with your boy, man. So you already know what it is, man. I am your host, Don Primo Supreme. And this is In Between Time, episode 58, man. And we got a special guest with us today, my boy, Wessy Maf. What's up with you, bro?
Yo, what's good, Don?
How you doing, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
Nah, man, I'm good, man. You know, it's man, trying to make it happen, cat, man. We out here, man. You're the first interview of the year, man. So, man, that's a good look, man, and definitely going to be having much more, man. Like I said, this is episode 58, and we here, man. We kicking it with my boy Wessy Maf, man. Shout out to Nate the Great Management, you know what I'm saying, for introducing us and everything like that, man. Linking us up, and you know what I'm saying, we got a lot of work about to happen. You dig?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nate. And thank you, Don, for having me on today.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, man, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
My name is Wessy Maf. I'm a rapper. I'm an artist. I'm also a producer. I know how to mix and master. I do all that stuff. I'm from the East Bay area. I'm in San Jose right now. I'll be going to LA a lot, so I just really try to rep West Coast and California all together. I'm a Pakistani rapper. That's not something I try to be labeled as, but that's something I like to represent because I feel, not a lot of Pakistanis, not a lot of brown people be putting it on the map.
Yeah.
So I always say this: I'm not trying to, be the one to put them on the map, but if I am, then I'll be blessed. And
you want to spark that interest.
Everyone who listens. Exactly, man. Like I want to see my people. I want to see all people up, and that includes my people. That's just the kind of person I am. I just want to see success all around, and I want to see our people break stereotypes and make new ones that are better than the ones we have right now.
No, definitely, man. Speaking of being putting on for the Pakistani rappers, how is the scene? Is there a lot of is there a scene in Pakistan?
In Pakistan itself, it's very melodic, so it's not a lot of rap. But in America, you're gonna find your fair share or your handful of rappers from Pakistan. I do know a couple, and for what it is, man, it's not popping like that. It's genuinely I'm gonna keep it blunt. There's not a lot going on just because not a lot of people want to be unique and original. anymore. And I think that goes
Yeah.
all in hip hop. We're losing originality, but especially with the Pakistani, kind of area, the kind of scene. It's there's never been a uniqueness. It's always been a derivative. It's always been a copycat, and then a copycat of the copycat. Those guys break up.
Mm,
So that's one of the challenges being, a Pakistani rapper, but not even just a Pakistani rapper, like a rapper who is of South Asian descent in general, because
mm,
people want to label you. They want to be like, "Hey man, you rap and you're brown. You must make this type of music. You might think of this. You might think like this. You might do this." But that's something I try not to do. I try to stay away from those kind of labels, and I just do my own thing. Uh, you know, word
yeah.
up to Spider Man, Miles Morales, but I'd be doing my own thing,
Yeah.
and um,
Definitely.
I'm just trying to be unique, trying to be myself, and I think it's paying off.
No, definitely, man. And like it sound like you said, you're definitely having, you could tell like you're being in what you're doing. And, you know what I'm saying? You're not really following anybody's sound. You're being original in what you're doing, man. How is that? Like you
Appreciate
say,
it.
uh the a lot of the sound is the same in the music industry now, and it does take a lot to stand out amongst a lot of saying people riding the same wave. How do you deal with that in your creative process, where you don't be like, where you don't be like, oh, I don't want to sound like this person, oh, I don't want to do that. How does that help your creative process?
It's I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult because we're at a stage in the universe or Earth's history, and it sounds a little weird, but we are in a stage where all music comes from other music, is built off of other music,
Mm,
and obviously includes rap, and that includes styles with production, and that production go into the drums, the melodies, the arrangement, and then it also goes into the MC. It goes into the inflections of the voice, the bars you say, how you say your flow, and it goes into multiple factors and
mm,
all around what makes a good artist. And it's very difficult for me personally, just because I get very stubborn with it, and I
mm,
always have to have. There's always someone on my team who's like, "Yo, sometimes you just gotta go with it a little bit."
mm,
So if I'm very inspired by artists like Travis Scott and J. Cole. And
yeah.
sometimes people will tell me like, "Oh, this is kind of like some J. Cole shit, or this is some kind of Travis shit," and that will make me a little bit like anxious to go with it and maybe change it up. But at the end of the day, what sounds the best, and I bring my own personal flair to it. And that personal flair is just Wessy Maf, and that's built off of generations and generations of amazing musicians and artists. And
Mm,
that's something I learned to live with, and something that I want to implement. So
mm.
then I just make the greatest music possible.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy that you say that, because it's like you made a great point where a lot of music is come from a lot of music. You know what I mean? And it's I was trying to think back, what was the last great uh style that was like creative? You know, you'd be like, not grunge, but what's the thing the UK guys are doing, grime and all that type of deal. And but other than that, a lot of music comes from other music, and how do you feel about that, like sampling and people recycling bars and things like that? What's your take on that?
I think sampling is dope. I love sampling. I think that recycling bars is it's cool when it means something. Like I have a bar
Mm,
in my song Power, where I'll go be the most influential.
hmm.
That's off of a Kanye bar where he goes, I know I'm the most influential. And there's another
Yeah.
one where I go, I've never walked the valley where the shadow of death lives. And there's obviously bars where I walked with the valley where the shadow of death. There's all these, and those interpolations, they were meant to mean something to define me. So the first one is like, yo, like I've lived a different life than this artist who said this. And the second one is being like, yo, I know who I am. I know I'm going to be great. Great. I want you to think of one of the greatest artists of our time. That's Kanye. And this fits here. It makes it sound good, but it also has a deeper meaning. So with when it comes to recycling bars, uh, I don't think it's that one. It shouldn't be that deep, but at the same
Hmm.
time, it should be, because it should have a value. Every bar, everything that you do, it has a meaning. It has an output to the universe. So
Yeah.
you wanna be able to do. do those bars and do whatever take you're doing. If it's been done before, you want to do it justice and you want to elevate it. How do you not just copy it, but how do you turn into your style, and then how do you elevate that further into your own lane and your own world? And it's funny that you mentioned the UK thing, because that's a great example of how they took techno and rap and grunge and all these, and they made their own genre.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what like Grimes is doing. That's what kind of MIA did too. It's all these things that come together to make a personal sound, and when you have that personal sound, other people can create a personal sound. And
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful. I love sampling. Like once again, I love sampling. I love interpolating, as long as it like does it justice and you can elevate it. It's an amazing skill, because it is a
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dope. That's that. It's a very dope skill that sometimes gets oversaturated, sometimes gets overcompensated. But you know what I mean. But it is a dope skill to have and everything like that. Who were some of your like your musical inspirations when you was first starting growing up listening, or just still some of your musical inspirations?
Yeah, it's a pretty wild mix. I obviously, I'm brown, so at the end of the day, I did grow up listening to Bollywood. But my
Okay.
mom's, she was really into Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, West Coast. So West Coast rap really had an influence,
Mm.
and
Okay.
I think that
Okay.
is one of the things that separates me from a lot of other brown artists, because a lot of the parents did not do that. My mom's a little bit different.
Yeah.
She likes what she likes, and she doesn't care what other people think.
Yeah.
So that she put it onto us. She put us onto like Dr. Dre and all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad, it was always the radio with him, but every once in a while, like he's a very big rock fan, so he would play Guns N' Roses, Santana, Led
Okay.
Zeppelin. So rock is a huge influence to me, and I'll be talking about that with my next album, my next full like
Mm-hmm.
solo album. I do a lot of rock inspiration,
Yeah.
and that those are two that really set me from the get go. That was some stuff that really got me going. And then when I became a teenager and I really started getting into like who really defines me as an artist, it was always Travis Scott. Travis
Okay.
Scott was the first artist I saw perform, and I still remember December 19th, 2019, I believe, or December 16th, 2019.
Okay.
He did a show in Oakland. I went with my cousins, and we were in like the last row,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt the energy, and that's when I decided like I want to be an artist. I want to do exactly this. I want to make this happen for me, and I
Yeah.
want to be able to share with other people. So it's always been Travis. J. Cole has always been an inspiration. I'd say Tupac for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Yeezy, Kendrick, Conway the Machine, and Griselda. They're also very big on me.
Okay.
Uh, there's just I just like absorb a lot of music and stuff, and even from like other genres like Afrobeat and pop and rock. Like I'm always taking in, uh, and even soul too, like soul and R&B. Those are also inspirations to me. I just like absorbing and trying to figure out how I can place it in my genre.
So it sounds like you got like a well-rounded, just even growing up, with the hip hop, West Coast hip hop, with the come from the rock and everything like that. It's just like you just got a well-rounded a view of music and everything like that. You said you touched on your on the next album. You're going to be experimenting with the rock and looking into that. Um, uh, like, can you elaborate with that some more?
This is
Or
an
do are you
album
already are you don't want to talk about that yet?
I
That's
hella
just
want to
because.
talk about it.
Oh,
It's
okay, okay, okay.
so
Yeah.
this album I have been working on since I want to say my junior year of high school. I do all
Okay.
my own production. I'm in and to give context, I'm a sophomore in college now, so it's been almost 4 years that I've been doing
Okay.
production and writing and making sure I have a story and making it really really good. And I'm hoping for a late 2024, early 2025 release.
Hmm.
Um, it's super rock heavy, and that's why I dedicated to my dad. And I still remember there was like the third or fourth song on the album. I was making like a guitar melody, and he would keep sending me back. So for 2 weeks I was being sent back to do it again and do it again. And then I finally had this melody that he like really liked, because he's a very harsh critic of my music, so he
Yeah.
gives a lot of good advice. So he would send me back and be like, you can make it better, do it again, or tweak this, do this. And then he finally came to he's like, oh, this is really good. I would give it a C plus. And I was like, there's no way I got a C. But
Pops don't give no love. He
he
said
don't care.
it's really
But
great, but C plus though.
yeah, because he was saying that with the rest of the music and
Yeah,
with your voice and whatever you do with it, that can take it to an A. And
yeah,
that's what I'm playing with a lot of my music is okay, if this little part that's a C, and or this is really good, but it's not amazing until it comes into this part or it comes into this area. And then I did that with like all the songs. So there are like 14, 15 tracks on this album already that are for sure gonna be on there.
yeah.
And it is so with all of that, it's been about like, okay, taking the best aspect I can and putting it in to elevate that one track. So it's really, it's not only just experimental, because it is quite an experimental album in my opinion, and according to a lot of people that I've showed, the production is top to bottom. You've never heard anything like it. I'm a toot my own. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I'm a toot my own horn.
Man, toot your shit, dog. Toot your shit, man. Hey, you
Okay,
working hard, man. And toot that
it's
shit.
it's 4 years in the making. It is some crazy ass shit. I haven't
Yeah,
had a bad reaction to it.
yeah,
And we've just been elevating and stacking and seeing like, yo, what can we do to layer this? What can we do to do this? We need to make space here. And it's a concept album at the end of the
yeah.
day. And it's about really finding your place. So I guess I'll just tell the names. The album is called City of Solace.
Mm.
And Solace
What made you
is
pick that name?
so solace is a state of being. It's a state of depression, or it's depression in a state of happiness, or happiness in a state of depression. It's one of those two. I can't really remember right now, but which is bad because it's my own name. So that's
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. But it is what it is. But it's
So
kind
you
of
gonna
like
get
that.
it together though. You gonna get
I'm
it.
gonna figure it out. But is that, and so the reason I picked City of Solace was because it just sounded dope as shit, but
Hmm.
it has a deeper meaning, as in the character that we start with this album, he's looking for this solace. He's looking for a state of happiness in the state of depression. So he's looking for his belonging, and I decided to make solace like a city. So he's genuinely looking for it.
Hmm.
It's like a journey. So the album takes you on a journey, and including rock and trap and R&B. Another inspiration that comes into it is Western or cowboy music. I don't know how to say it. It's a very light inspiration, but you'll feel it.
Okay.
And that's the general vibe that I'm putting for the world building aspect of this album, where he's on this journey, and sometimes he'll be like in a saloon or a bar. Sometimes he's facing off with someone.
Okay. So it's a
Um,
whole story. It's like
it's a
it's
grand thing.
it's like an audio novel type of deal. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm
Yeah,
telling you a whole story. With this music. You
100%.
know what I mean? Like, it's you're gonna get more than just bars. You're getting a experience.
You're getting bars, you're getting flow, you're getting crazy effects, production. It's a world building thing. I'm This is one of the things where I'm very influenced by Travis and Kanye.
Okay.
Where it comes to world building for an album and bringing you in and telling you a story and putting you on a ride and take you on a journey. This is where I really like the curation aspect too. Uh, that's where their inspiration comes in.
Mm.
And really studying that and studying them and also other artists and seeing how they do it, because that's something I look for, like the curation of an album. I think that's what like really defines a really good album. Like really putting it together and making it really concise, making decisions. That's where I've been, putting in a lot of work. Because for me, this, like, I don't know if this will be my last album, my first album. I never know. So I just want to put in 100% of what I can right now and make it as amazing as possible, because this can also be this thing that like really launches my career too. So it's really taking any opportunity. But at the end of the day, it's about my legacy. I really want to leave a really good legacy, and that includes starting with really good music.
That's dope. Do you put that much like passion into like mostly all your projects, even if it's just like a single mixtape and everything like that? Because like from that you got a lot of well thought out, just ideas and just things that you want to do, man. And it's like where do you get that from? You know what I mean? Where do you pull that inspiration from?
Well, I don't. I guess it's just my passion. Honestly, I've never throughout my life, I've never had a passion as much as I had for music. And like I was in choir in elementary school. I played the clarinet in middle school, and in high school I started making my own music.
Mhm.
I've never had a passion like something like music that's just carried on throughout my life. Everything's either disappeared or come through and gone away. But this music thing has always stuck with me, and it's always been something I've had like an ear for and an eye for and a
Mhm.
taste for. Everything I can feel music, and that's how I put it. I can really
Yeah.
feel it, and I put that towards my work. And I would say that I am definitely way more, like, to be completely honest, when it comes to the passion of the song, I'm definitely putting in 100% I can. But for an album like the one I'm putting in out right now, and even my last album, the this passion becomes much more because there's more to do
Hmm.
and there's more to build. So like with the single, like the single like Gangsta, I was super passionate about because it came from the heart. Like mama turning me into a gangster. Like she genuinely wanted, like she got me
Hmm.
fades, she got me my braids, she got me my chain, she did all this. Every time I come back from the barbershop, she'd be like, "You look like a thug," and then she'd give me a kid. I'm like, "Yeah, mama turned me into a gangster." Like all this
Yeah.
stuff. It really is. So like when the passion comes from something true, the passion is more.
Hmm.
And so that's why I really try to keep it 100. That's why I really try to tell the truth with everything I do and put 100% into it too, because I want the passion to be there, and I want it to be something I care about. Like you can ask
Yeah.
my engineer. Like my engineer is probably like, and no matter what he says, he's annoyed as shit with me because I keep going like, "Oh, can you tweak that little there? Can you do
Yeah.
that real like? Oh, I need you to fix that." Like, and he'll be like, "Bro, we can't do anything." I'm like, "Make it work." Like
Yeah.
I need it to sound like this.
Yeah, yeah, you got a certain vision how you want to sound. I was going to ask you that too. What's like your creative process like when you're in the studio? How does it bubble? Like say you want it to be authentic. Is it like you got to hear the beat, or do you already have something written, or do you already have come in there with a concept, or is it just all together? Do you gotta it just got to be a vibe?
It's a little bit of everything. So overall, music to me, music has to be a vibe. It has to be relatable. But that comes from, that makes something relatable. If you can feel the music, if you can feel the vibe that you're putting out and what you're trying to put, then you've done a good job. But when it comes to the process, I produce a lot of my own songs. So my last album altogether, I've produced most of my singles. I've produced except for like my four first ones. Those were off of YouTube when I was learning and getting the handle of things. My next album will also be fully produced, or my next solo album. I should be really specific and iterate, because the next solo album I do is fully produced by me, but I'm also doing a collab project with a producer friend of mine. But
Okay,
I can get into that
they're
in a little
artists
bit.
too. Are they rapping too as well, or are they just helping out with it?
It's just production. So we've known each
Okay,
other since high school, and we've both made music and we've shared our beats with each other. And then one day I was like, dude, we're both in a place where
Mm.
uh, we're ready.
How is
Let's put out a
that?
project.
How does that go with your creative process? Is that more difficult being collaborative with somebody that also is a producer that also creates music as well as you do like that? Does that, or do you guys kind of blend, or is it got to be you guys got to mesh on type of things?
It's it's a lot of communication for sure.
Uh,
Because I really got to be specific about what I want. So like for example, like some things he sent me and I heard and I really liked it. That was the first time I was ever doing that. And then some things I asked him to make specifically, and I didn't even give a reference or anything because I wanted him to really create it. Like I gave a reference like another tribe. I wouldn't give anything of mine because I really want to see where he was coming from. And that uh created a lot of dialogue on, oh, what we want the album to sound like, what we want to do, how's this vision, what's the vibe we're going to do for this album. And that goes along with everything. So the creative process for me is always like the overall vision and what am I doing right now, and how do I emulate that, how do I push that out there with this music.
yeah.
And within the creative process, if I'm making my own beat, or if I'm coming in with another beat, there's always an idea in mind of what I want to do. There's always like I want to make this vibe, or I want to sound like this, or this is what I want to talk about. And from there I can write, produce, I can do this thing, whatever the step is, because the steps are different every time. If I start off with a bar and then I'm like, okay, let's make a beat around this bar, and then let's write a song, or this concept, and let's make an album, or this little like two songs that kind of go into each other, or a beat drop, or whatever it is, it always influences each other, and it has to like mix and meld for me.
Okay, okay, man. So it's always got to be a feeling thing. It's never like, even if you have some determined, if you feel something different, will it be possible like you'll change it just because like the vibe sensors for it?
You said to change it.
No, like saying if like no, because I was just elaborating on what you were
Mhm.
saying. Like, everything has to mesh. The collaboration and all that. But say if like something like the vibes change, saying be like, oh man, we should do it like this, or the vibe makes you want to change it. You're more than option. It's more just like whatever feeling, whatever sounds great at that time.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we want what sounds best, or like at
Mm,
least me, I want what sounds best. So if I like this concept and I want it to sound like something, but I'm hearing something, I'm like, wait, this could sound better on like this, or someone
mm,
might point out like, yo, maybe you should do it. Like, I really like taking those notes because different perspectives and different lanes and avenues, they can really push it forward. That's something I also took from Kanye. You always hear like he has like 10 leaks of one song.
yeah.
Trying different things is something very important. Like like that's why like for me writing it's very important. It takes a really it can take I've heard like people say, oh, it takes hours, and other people it takes minutes, and but for me it could take days to weeks just to make the perfect song, because I really want it to be, if I have a set on a vibe and I have a vision, it needs to meet that vision. It has to be as great as possible, and that
Mm,
includes um taking advice from people. I'll rap them my verse, and if they say, hey, I don't really like this part, or maybe this part should come later, or do this and this. There are people notice different things. So
yeah.
the reason like my manager is one of my friends, and the reason I made him my manager is because he had a very he noticed things that I wasn't noticing.
Mm,
I would notice for me, I notice things that are very experimental and different, and I really and I try to put that in, and then he really recognizes, well, what makes a hit, and then I start
mm,
picking off on that, and he started picking off of
mm.
me, and then we were able
Okay.
to come up with the like. Then now we're coming up with ideas of how do we make something experiment, how do we make it different, how do we make it a hit too, how do we
Okay.
balance it? Because
Okay.
once again, at the end of the day, we're just trying to make good music, but we're also trying to
Yeah.
leave a legacy. So that's the part, that because they're two convergent ideas.
Okay. So you're not opposed to like how they doing like a team building song. Most people be like, oh, ghostwriter and all that, but you look at it more like we're collaborating and everything like that. We're collaborating on it, making a hit.
Um, yes and no, because it's a little for me. I still feel a way about ghostwriters,
Hmm.
and I don't think they're bad, but I don't think I think they devalue someone's rapping ability. Because rapping
Mm,
to me isn't just what how you can rap. It is like your flow, your cadence, your versatility, but it's also your bars are super important. Because that's what rapping is, rhythm and poetry. If you're
mm,
not putting in the poetry, you're just the rhythm. You're just R.A. Like you're not even the most important part.
yeah.
So for me, when it comes to writing, I write, and I tell people, don't tell me what to write. If there's something we can, if there's something, if there's a certain way to say something, we can definitely do that. But when it comes to like the major flow, it's kind of like a book editor, how so I could write a book and then someone will edit it to change a couple things. That's how kind of I look at it, because at the end of the day, I want it to be, it's my vision, it's my song, but that help from like outside can really make it even better. Because it's just like the little edits and stuff. It's the just those little changes that like elevate the music, rather than me just putting something out there and making it just me. If it's a lot of people, then a lot of people can relate to it.
Definitely, definitely, man. Definitely, man. And how do you feel about that too? Do you feel like like the Russ type of situation is like building the crowd and everything? Because a lot of people always looking for that hit. We got to get that TikTok hit. We got to get that whatever, man. It's important of, like you say, building the crowd, building that support for the music.
So when it comes to like TikTok and making a hit, and uh it's something I'm not opposed to. I do want to, because I always feel like the longest lasting crowds or like the longest lasting artists are the ones who've built their fan base,
Yeah.
not the ones who've just gotten a hit and people like them and then they'll forget about them. I'm not opposed to a TikTok blowing up or a song blowing up on TikTok because it can only help. But it's something that if I do that, things are gonna be moving so much faster. So I have to keep up rather than if I slowly build, then it's something I can take my time to perfect. So I'm not I like taking for me I'm trying to take every avenue I can. So I'm not opposed and I will pursue like TikTok and having that do well because it can only benefit me in certain ways. But I have to be ready for excuse me I have to be ready for that, and I have to be able to keep doing what I'm doing without losing myself.
Mm.
So if this song is a TikTok hit and people want more music like this, yeah, I'm gonna give them like a little bit of that, or I'm gonna try and incorporate that because that's what people like. But I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to be experimental because for me, I said this before. I want to leave a legacy. I want to be one of the greatest artists
Mm.
ever. Like I don't know if a lot of people really want that anymore. It seems to me that not a lot of people like want the crown of like the king of hip hop or the queen of
Yeah.
hip hop. Not a lot of people go for that anymore. There's not a lot of drive and hunger.
Yeah.
So for me, I want to take advantage of that. I want
Yeah.
to be like, okay, no one's going after it. I'm gonna go after it. There's no competition
Yeah.
because genuinely for me, once again, tuning my own horn, not a lot of people can keep up with me in terms of skill. So then I have to get up to the level where people are starting to like they're blowing up and they're doing this. So I need to get there so then I can compete with them and then I can get better.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Speaking of not losing yourself and then like not losing yourself in legacy and everything like that. Did you watch the Cat Williams episode? I mean Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay. Shout out to Club Shay Shay. Shout out to Unk.
I unfortunately did not. Is that the recent one?
That's the one that has
Yeah.
broken the internet right now. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I was gonna watch it right before I went to sleep after tonight. I was gonna
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
get my
Oh,
iPad, get everything ready, and be like, all right, time to just vibe out.
yeah, but he talks a lot about that in the in his interview of like not losing yourself, not collapsing to industry so-called demands, and not playing yourself to put yourself in a certain position.
Hmm.
It sounds like that, what I mean, like standing on business, what I mean. A lot of people would want to take the shortcut and do things like that to get ahead and everything like that. How do you feel about that?
Um, it's to m- it's a little bit hard to answer because taking shortcuts can mean a lot of things. So for some people, this might not be a shortcut. This might be so for some people, for me, taking like making a hit off of TikTok, that's kind of a shortcut, but it's also
Mm.
not because you've also done what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Um, there is a lot of demand and a lot of expectations from the industry, and I think that that's frustrating not only to artists but to the industry business people, like people who are like really trying to like get the money out of artists. That's really frustrating to them too because I did see in an interview like earlier like um the music industry is struggling to find their next like really like big artist. They're having problem with like artists not lasting more than 3 years. That's a huge issue,
Mhm.
and that's one of those things where none of like a lot of these people didn't take shortcuts, but they're just not lasting because it's they're losing themselves to the industry.
Do you think they're
So
not ready yet? Do you think some of them weren't ready to begin with? Maybe.
I think that you're you're never really ready for what the industry handle. I have a cousin in the Pakistani
Mm,
side of it and then the England side of it too, and it's a crazy dynamic between how they were before and how they are now.
hmm
The Hollywood and the media and the entertainment industry requires something in a crazy amount of effort and for you to really just put on a facade and change yourself. And I can't say for everyone if they were ready or not, but they definitely went a certain way to try and keep up. And maybe that was them being ready to they were doing something to keep up. They just took the wrong path
mm,
because what I'm seeing a lot is that a lot of people are just following the trends and not doing something different or making their own trends.
Yeah.
So when you follow a trend, you can only do it for so long, and then you have to pop on another trend. That trend might not work out, or it might not work for you specifically. So then you're fucked. Like you're gonna have to wait until the next one that you can work with. And that was something that I noticed with like Lil Nas X, who you know very his whole personality and or his whole persona is to just ride the waves or like be like make noise and then do it. And someone pointed out that's he can't make music and get people to listen to his music without making these noises and doing these like really crazy things, uh, because his music doesn't do a lot for people.
Yeah.
And I'm not dissing Lil Nas X whatsoever, because like I do think that he's talented.
Yeah.
It's just, but like that's the situation where he's now in, and the same thing goes for Jack Harlow, where people see him as a meme and a joke,
Yeah.
more than and as an influencer more than they see him as a rapper. A lot of
Uh,
artists and rappers, especially, turn into influencers. So
yeah.
does Blueface, so does Lil Pump, uh, and some influencers will try to rap. At the end of the day, they're an influencer.
Yeah, yeah, man. Well, it's like that. Like the same thing happened with 6ix9ine, man. He just kept going. He tried to up the ante to it, just couldn't get no more until he went to jail, or then he went to
And
got
he snitched.
assaulted. Yeah, he snitched. He got beat up. He got he basically everybody is turned on you because it's like I can't keep going. I can't go no more. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
It's
I
it's
it can't get
it's
no more
really
wilder.
exactly like at one point, and I think Lil Pump recognized this because um he said like in interviews and stuff like, yeah, I had to do this and this and this, like this is not who I am. And that's cool that he admitted that, like,
Hmm.
but that proves the point that in this industry you gotta be something. Sometimes you gotta be something you're not.
Yeah. And are you ready for that? Are you
Ex-
ready to, like they say, make that sacrifice to be like, I'm going to be this person 100% of the time. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
And I can't even be, I have to be real. I don't know what's gonna happen with me. Like
yeah,
genuinely, like I'm gonna try and keep it, myself the same. I always want to be humble. So that if whatever persona I eventually put on, God forbid I have to put on persona, but like if it is, I hope I'm always just humble. I'm, at the end of the day, I'm sticking to my roots and my
yeah,
guts.
yeah. You
And
sticking to your persona.
exactly, like if whatever happens, whatever I eventually do, or whatever I end up doing, I hope that me personally, I stay to my core mostly the same and just giving back to people, because that's mainly the reason. That's another reason why I do it. I really want to put, like I said before, I want to put on for other people, but that means like giving back and stuff to every community possible. I have um you know some of my dreams are just to do like some type of philanthropy with the workout, with like, once I have like the opportunity to do that, is to just like go and do philanthropies and help people.
Okay, okay, man. Trying to give back to the people, man of the people, man. Wessy Maf, man. Trying to make it happen, man. I want to thank everybody that's been tuning in, going in and out, man, making it happen. Like I say, you always could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me and Wessy Maf, excuse me, on in between time, man. We making it happen. We just chilling, having a good time, having a great conversation, man. My boy's definitely well rounded out here, great artist, man. What you working on next? What you got coming up next?
So we about to release a single called Frozen, and
Okay,
it's really cool. It's a vibe. I'm really excited for this. My friend, he he sent me a sample of it's a video of a truck going in reverse, and then I turned that into the beat, and
okay,
then we
okay.
and we made it into this
Making
crazy
music out of
vibe.
anything.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, we're so that's the next one coming out. We have some Afrobeat coming out. I'm a very big Afrobeat fan, reggaeton fan. So gonna be doing that with another boy of mine, Rasul. Shout out to Rasul, Haitian
Okay,
artist.
okay,
And then it's vibes. I'm working with some other boys on some, smaller things, doing my own solo stuff. But really the main focus is to get out that collab album. But like even more than that is to be ready uh, to perfect City of Solace, because that's like I've been working on that.
mm.
It'll be almost 5 years soon. I want like
That's gonna be your
it's gotta pay
magnum
off.
opus right there, man.
Not even my ideas are even better than that, man. Like
He said not even. It's
I,
gonna be
I I have I have the next like 15 years worth of albums and projects planned out.
Hey man, that's what Kanye had, man. People say Kanye was talking about what's it called, College Dropout, like in the 90s, like, you know, years before he had it. You know what I mean? He already had all 3 albums planned out. You know what I mean? And that's why Kanye is one of them rare artists to have a straight three-peat on his first 3 joints for 3 great like classics. You know what I mean? Like for real, for real.
And you know what's I've kind of made like an analogy with that. It's very much like it's gonna sound a little weird. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and in the Star Wars movies, we see like, you know, there's the original, then there's the sequels, and then the prequels. And the problem with the sequels were that there was no plan, and that's why they all didn't mend together. They didn't, you know, there wasn't like a 3 very good movies that we were expecting. There was like kind of a situation. And I applied the same concept to music and to making projects, because to plan out and connect is it defines an artist, you know, what they've done and how they've been able to progress. So when it comes to like looking at Kanye, he planned those out to not only stick to, and he not only stuck with the vision, but he elevated it with the time, because he knew what he was doing. He made a plan. If I could give advice to any artist out there that's starting out, it's have a plan when you're making your work. Because when you have a plan, you can follow it and you can change things. But if you don't have a plan, you're just going everywhere trying to make something happen, and then you get scattered. Whether it's in like your project now sounds like a million different things, or like you're doing 1,000 different things at once, doing a show, managing this, blah blah blah. You got to have a plan, and that plan will develop over time too. It's just to be ready for whatever happens and to, you know, progress more fluently.
Definitely, man. Have that plan. Have it ready, man. Don't be afraid to take the time to make it right, man. Don't rush into everything, because you know, just don't rush in it. Take your time, do it right. You dig?
Exactly. And one more thing: if the plan doesn't go if it doesn't go according to plan, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go according, if it takes a turn, that means okay, I'm getting a little deeper. Time to change the plan. Follow this until it changes. Right? The plan is always changing.
Yeah.
I know it can sound a little bit like crazy and a little bit whack, but at the end of the day, you got to be knowing where you're following to change the direction.
Okay, it's a method to the madness. It's a method to the madness.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, man. Like I said, man, it's in between time. We over here with my guy, Wessy Maf, right now. Right now, we're gonna get into a little what would you do? This is the reaction part of our show. You know, we're just gonna show a little few clips, see what's going on, man. What's going on in the internet and all that. See what's going on. What would you do? This one right here, this is this is my boy. He going ham. This is a little something. This is a sideshow where it might have worked out right here. So we're gonna go into it.
I do the charger, nigga. You like that. You like that.
Okay, first of all, that dude got hops.
Bro is a legend.
as someone from the Bay, I love seeing shit like that. That's cool to me.
I was just about to say, man, you from the Bay Area right there, so you know about the sideshows and all that.
Sideshows are awesome, man. Sideshows are crazy. It's but that video, that's some crazy shit. That's some cool shit right there.
Man, that's like you bro could have went to the Olympics. Like real shit.
I'll tell you this, most people who do something crazy like that in a sideshow, they have this skill to go to the Olympics. I'll tell you
like you should have been somewhere else.
They could translate that skill very good.
Yeah, man, because that's nuts. That's crazy athleticism right there. Well, this next person right here, you can tell when a motherfucker just lying. He just lying just to be lying. Let him lie.
You want to come to my house?
Sure, you got no PF7.
Yes, I got a PF7, PlayStation 7. Yes, I do. It cost me $2,000.
And you out this bitch drinking Amsterdam. You got $2,000.
My game. That's what I drink.
Boy got a PS7.
I ain't gonna lie. It sounds like he had it. It sounds like he had it.
He was so confident. He was so confident about that shit. He said, man, that's my game. He
I
said,
would
I
have
got
went.
that.
He probably had like a blender with like a screen on. He's like, "This is it."
Yeah, this is it right here, man. Well, this next one is definitely you got to know your limitations. You got to watch out for all your surroundings, yo. You got to.
Give me the fucking name who designed this game. I'm gonna
Oh, got to know your limitations, bruh. You
That
got
shit
to
sound
know.
like it hurt.
Oh yeah, that sound like you gonna definitely need an aspirin or two.
You gonna need that's brain surgery, that's skull surgery, that's back surgery,
Yeah, man.
ribs.
Spinal is definitely fucked up. He gonna definitely never do that again.
He ain't gonna be doing a lot of stuff again.
Yeah, for
That
real,
shit,
for
it's
real.
raps for that boy.
Yeah, man. Speaking of raps, man, this dude, he tried to get out, but it's definitely a rap. He knew it was a rap, and he tried to, try to get his last getaway.
Don't tense up, man. Don't tense up, man. Where you going?
Settle that, mother.
I knew he was gonna do some dumb shit.
He tried to get out that motherfucker though. He knew he was like,
open the door.
yeah, he was just like, the motherfucking window don't open. He literally, bruh, how do you, man? Look, hold on, let's gotta see that one more time.
Yeah, dude.
Don't tense up, man. Don't tense up, man. Where you going?
Settle that, mother.
My
like
guy
how,
literally tried to jump out the window like Wesley Snipes, dog.
They were very nonchalant about it. They're like, "Hey man, don't tense up.
Yeah.
What are you doing?" They're like, and that's cool. That's a point. Like they like that was police, right? Like they were arresting.
Yeah.
They felt him. They were like, "Bro, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, then they don't do it. This is not gonna end good." And he
Yeah,
still did it.
Yeah, he still did it. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, the window didn't happen. Nobody got hurt and all that good stuff because that could have ended ugly.
That could have ended a lot of different ways. So glad he's okay.
I'm glad he's okay, man. This next one is I hope this guy was okay. Hold on, let's see that one more time. He came in too hot. My boy came in too hot.
You know what's crazy? He was going the right direction too.
Yeah, and it was a mannequin. See, this is where I lost in the video. I didn't see the mannequin at first. I was like, "What's the mannequin doing in the middle of the road?" Hold on,
that's wild.
is this like Olympics, like the Swerve Olympics? How'd he eat it that hard though? It's like that was like, why couldn't you just go around? It's awful.
He was doing perfect. He could have taken that right turn. He would have been fine.
Why did he go so hard?
I think he was aiming for the mannequin. And he fucked up. He was like, "Oh shit!" And he fucking fell on his face. That's funny as shit,
man. Well, this next one. What is this next one? Let's see what this next one is. Might be a surprise to all of us.
My mother said to me, leaning on my dresser.
Oh yeah, this next one is a person that just letting you know a little too much information.
My mother said to me, leaning on my dresser, "Brianna, your breath smells like shit. Did you brush your teeth today?" But she said it in a gangster way. Whole time, yo, it stuck with me for forever. I swear to God. I swear to God, from that day forth, I always thought my breath stank. And it did!
Forever.
And it did!
You were self-conscious about it.
I was so self-conscious, right?
You gotta brush your tongue real hard.
Like, I ain't want to kiss bitches.
Yeah.
Like, whole time, you know what it did? It kept me quiet. It really did.
You know what's funny? She ain't even learned her lesson. She kept that she kept that word with her all her life, and she didn't brush her teeth once. She just kept on, "My breath stank."
Yeah,
I can do about it.
She didn't change nothing up. She like, "Fuck it, I guess my breath just gonna be stinking." You know what I mean?
This is human.
Yeah, she said, "I just kept quiet, but not that quiet." She yelling that shit. She said, "It did. It did stink."
She ain't learned shit.
Yeah, she ain't learned shit. No stinky breath ass bitch. Oh, crazy John, man. Speaking of crazy motherfuckers, these motherfuckers is definitely some crazy I don't know. Ocean need to get on these boys' head over here.
Oh man, I shouldn't have laughed at that, but that was funny. I'm sorry, that was funny.
Man, that thing did not look safe at all. That thing looked
Nah.
like it was held up with like some fishing wire.
Thank God they were on snow though, because if that was concrete,
Oh man, I
that's
know
bad.
either way, that just it's like, oh fuck. I need about 6 months out of work.
Workers'
Like,
compensation shit.
yeah, workers' compensation. I'm retiring after if that some shit like that happened to me at work, I'm retired.
That's
This
a.
is the
I'm doing a lawsuit, class action,
yeah,
getting me a yacht.
last day on the job. I'm gonna be just retire me after that. Well, after that, definitely retire this person. They're gonna retire from skating. They are done.
Eat that shit from the back.
Oh man, that
That's
shit
a
was
concussion.
yeah, that's a solid knock right there, man. He was in there cussing and crying after that. Man,
Man,
that was
he shouldn't have been on that board in the first place. He had no idea what he was doing.
no idea, man. He know don't play yourself. These skate parks is real, man. Don't just be walking around. You'll catch a live one, man. For real, for real. Oh man, but that was what would you do with my boy Wessy Maf, man. I want to thank my boy Wessy Maf for stopping by, man. You know, coming in, letting us know about his new projects that he coming up. Oh, you also got some shows coming up too, man. You're gonna be
Yes,
rocking
I
with us
do.
February 10th in LA. Shout out to Zillionaire Inc., man. We're gonna be in the Zillionaire Inc. We're doing another show there. Man, so make sure y'all be there February 10th. And you got January 20th. You let the people know about that.
Yes, sir. So upcoming, my next show is January 20th, end of January. I'm gonna be opening up for Kid Boo on his lineup. So yeah, check me out. You know, we're gonna be in downtown LA. You know, repping the West Coast all the way. Gonna be playing some new shit, some unreleased shit,
West.
best shit possible. I
Yeah.
want to see y'all. So when y'all out there, I want to see y'all rage. I want to see y'all hype. I want to see y'all fucking getting ready for a
Yeah.
great show.
Definitely.
That's what I'm about, baby.
Yes, definitely, man. Let the people also know where they can find you out, links and everything, IG and all that.
Yes, sir. So all platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. It's just my name, Wessy Maf. It's there's an underscore between Wessy and Maf, but that's it. It's some simple shit. I want people to be able to find me. So you can go on SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, any of the foreign third world country streaming services. I'm on there too. YouTube. You just type in Wessy Maf, you will find me. I am everywhere.
Definitely, man. So can't wait to see, man. Check him out again. February 10th. He's gonna be at Music in Inc. over there at Zillionaire Inc. Man, with us over there at Street Team Worldwide. And definitely, man, send us some music, man, before we can share it. We can put it in our story and everything like that. And y'all can reshare this episode and all that great stuff, man. Shout out to Wessy Maf for stopping by, man. Shout out to everybody that was tuning in, and shout out to y'all, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here support independent music, man. And we love it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate everyone for watching, listening. I appreciate you, Don, for having me on. Taking time out of your day, giving this interview in. I really appreciate it. I see what you're doing, man.
No, definitely, man. You already know what it is. Till next time, man. Make sure y'all run it up, man. Like, subscribe, share. Go share it with a friend that's going to tell a friend that's going to tell another friend. You already know what it is. Street Team Worldwide. Let's go.